Detective Elara Voss hadn't slept in 36 hours. The rain drummed on the car roof like a ticking clock as she stared at the empty parking lot of North Point Research Facility. Inside, a man named Dr. Caleb Riker had vanished without a trace. No signs of forced entry, no camera footage, no last words. Only one thing was left in his lab, a USB drive labeled Project Helix, Final Log. Elara picked it up with a gloved hand. The air in the lab was unusually cold, and something about the silence pressed against her ribs like a heavy weight. She slipped the USB into her pocket. Back at the station, Elara inserted the USB into a secure laptop. The folder contained a single audio file. "This is Dr. Riker. If you're hearing this, I'm already dead." Her stomach clenched. Project Helix began as a genetics experiment, but it became something else. The subject, Subject 9, it wasn't human anymore. It learned, escaped containment. He paused, breathing shallowly. "They'll cover this up. They'll erase me, erase the truth. But it's all in the file. Room 413, sublevel 2. That's where it started. Don't trust." The audio cut off with a burst of static. Elara sat back, chilled. Room 413 didn't exist on the floor plans. Sublevel 2 was sealed after a chemical leak 5 years ago, officially. Elara returned to North Point that night. She didn't tell anyone. If Dr. Riker was right, she couldn't trust her own department. The facility was quiet. She used Riker's ID card, which had strangely not been deactivated. Red flag. She descended the stairwell to sublevel 2. The air turned metallic. Lights flickered. At the end of a long corridor, she found a rusted steel door. Room 413. She picked the lock. Inside was a laboratory, untouched for years. Broken vials, shattered glass, dried stains on the floor, and one functioning screen, glowing dimly. She tapped the keyboard. A log file opened. Subject 9, abnormal cognitive growth, empathic manipulation, non-human physiology, self-replicating cells. At the bottom of the log, terminated false. Elara turned, heart pounding. There was a low hum behind her. A containment pod, open and empty. Back at her apartment, Elara couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Her dog, Max, refused to enter her bedroom and barked at the mirror. She covered it. That night, she dreamt of a pale figure with no face standing behind her reflection. She woke in a sweat. The mirror was uncovered. The dog was gone. Max was found 2 blocks away the next morning, whimpering, unhurt but terrified. Elara reviewed CCTV from the street. At 2:13 a.m., the footage glitched, static for 17 seconds. When it cleared, the dog was gone. No one entered. No one exited. Subject 9 could manipulate electronics and minds. Elara traced the remaining names on the Helix project. Most were dead. One survived, Dr. Miriam Keene. Now in a psychiatric hospital under a fake name. Elara visited her. Keene stared blankly at the wall, whispering numbers. Elara leaned in. "Room 413, Keene said suddenly. "You opened it, didn't you?" Elara nodded. "You let it see you." "What is it?" Elara asked. Keene's eyes welled with tears. "It learns by watching, and now it knows your face. It wants to be you." Elara felt cold all over. "Why me?" Keene whispered, "Because you're the last one left." In the following days, Elara's friends reported seeing her in places she hadn't been. One colleague said she spoke to Elara outside her house at midnight, but Elara had been asleep. She checked her own security footage. At 12:03 a.m., her front door camera glitched. A figure appeared in the yard, facing the door. It looked like her, exactly like her. The figure turned and stared directly into the camera, then smiled. Elara's phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "I like your life. I think I'll keep it." Elara made a plan. Subject 9 could mimic people, but it needed to see them up close, to study their voice, mannerisms, memories. She created a fake log entry on a secure cloud drive, a message saying she had found the termination protocol and was heading to an abandoned power plant. Then she waited. At 11:17 p.m., the cameras around the plant flickered. Elara entered, weapon ready, heartbeat hammering. She heard footsteps. A silhouette approached. "Drop the weapon," it said, in her voice. Elara flicked on the floodlights. The figure flinched. Its skin rippled. Its face melted, then reformed. It smiled. "You're clever," it said, "but I've been you longer than you have." Elara pressed the detonator. Charges placed around the plant ignited, collapsing the roof. The fire burned for hours. No body was found. The agency declared Elara mentally unstable. She was suspended. No one believed her, but she knew what she saw, what she killed. She moved across the country, new name, new home, yet some nights, she wakes up at 2:13 a.m., gasping. Sometimes, the lights flicker for just a moment, and in her mirror, just for a second, she thinks she sees herself, smiling. But it isn't her. The end.